Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of The Tara Show. This week we're going to talk all about the HoloLens. Do you really want to play games as a gamer with the HoloLens? But first, let's see what you guys had to say about last week's topic, which was all about rape, misogyny, and the double standards when it comes to deciding whether or not they want to ban certain games in certain countries. Censorship, basically. Bobby Nibbles pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. Parents need to stop relying on others to do their job parenting. Sure, there's too much violence in that one game, Hatred, but it's just a game, and if a kid's gonna go on a murder spree from it, the kid had problems already. I 100% agree with this. A lot of people will say, well, don't you want to avoid making that kid's problems worse? But in my opinion, it's not worth losing my freedom of speech to baby other people and their problems. There are so many problems in the world and so many different people that are just not my concern. I want to be able to personally create and enjoy any kind of content that I want without worrying about if it's going to offend other people. If it offends you, don't watch it or play it. If your kid's going to go crazy over it, don't let him get near it. So, in essence, just be a better parent, like this guy said. Sentient fart cloud of doom had this to say. Male characters get raped in Fear 2 and Far Cry 3. No one bats an eye. I agree, and I think we all know that there's going to be that double standard where women's sexuality is kind of taboo and it makes you a slut to have sex, so of course if you get raped it's going to be a bigger problem, and women are weak, yada yada, so of course men getting raped is kind of silly, while women getting raped is horrific. And in my opinion that's pretty stupid, but it's kind of how society is these days. But on the other hand, it definitely should not be that way in video games. Anything should be depicted because it's virtual and just not real. Cameron McAllister said, I played GTA San Andreas, Vice City, and Liberty City before I was even 10. And as of yet, I have not murdered anyone. Yet. Yeah, I think that just goes to show that most people are well-adjusted and have great parents that teach them right from wrong, and then they can, you know, take in anything that they want to take in and not go suicidal or murderous because of it.
What if we could go beyond the screen? Where your digital world is blended with your real world.
Okay, so let's talk about this week's topic, which is Microsoft's HoloLens. Last week they debuted it, and it's basically just putting 3D environments into your environment so you can see your apps and play your games right there in your living room. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say that it is pretty exciting, and I do see a lot of potential here. I mean, they made a drone right there on stage. That was pretty impressive.
Put some of that here. Glue. That side. Good, copy. Okay, I've got 4, but it's oriented wrong.
I'm getting a good Area 51 vibe. I would totally fly that.
And then you combine that fact with the fact that anything you make can be printed by a 3D printer, and you've got a really cool combination of events there, right? But what's in it for us gamers, really? Do you really want to sit there and play a game like that with a holograph? Is it really going to be this revolutionary change that changes the way all of us gamers play our games? Microsoft spent $2 million buying Minecraft, so they used the building game to show you guys an example of how you can play video games right in your living room. But this isn't really the Minecraft that we know, is it? Let's be realistic. Sure, you can walk your character from like the couch to the coffee table, but you're not going to be able to play Hunger Games and some of the other mods. It's basically just like virtual Legos without all the cleanup and hassle. And personally, I believe it's kind of just Microsoft jerking off in our faces and showing us how far technologically they were advanced. And yes, it's a cool advancement. And I do think some casual gamers are going to use this to play their apps. And I do think a lot of people are going to use this and think, wow, this is really fucking cool. Of course it'll be interactive, and if we can get rid of all that learning curve bullshit and a bunch of people just not thinking that they want something that complex, then I think it'll be a cool idea.
Here's what you can do with using your world as a game level.
So basically, the HoloLens combines your interior with whatever game you're playing. So I can see you playing like Duck Hunt or something like that, but I can't see myself running around the house or playing some really deep, awesome story-driven games. More like casual puzzle games, apps, Bejeweled, stuff like that. And I can see children building a bunch of cognitive skills playing like hide or seek or puzzle games and stuff like that. It can definitely be a learning tool. But as a gamer, I don't really feel like it's going to change the way I play games, and I'm definitely always going to be choosing a mouse and a keyboard or a controller and a console over anything like that. It's more of like a novelty that you would want to play with friends or to teach your children something or to casually play some app. But it's definitely not how I want my computer. I don't want like a virtual desktop and Windows 10 and all of that stuff. It just seems awful. And not awful as in, you know, I'm not with the times and that seems like a lot of change, but awful as in it's just not going to be as good. It's going to limit the way that we play games, limit the games that we can see, and it won't be that great. Maybe like 10 years down in the future. If anything in the world was possible with VR, and anything in the world could be holographic, like a whole imaginative world and you can go to a place that's like laser tag and run around and be Lara Croft, that's a different story. And when that happens, I will be 100% on board. I've always wanted to do a Lara Croft obstacle course in real life. So I think out of all of the VR systems that I've seen so far, I like the HoloLens the best. Mainly because, yeah, the Oculus Rift makes me really, really dizzy. And I hate everyone who it doesn't make dizzy. Fuck my motion sickness. The HoloLens seems like an amazing technologically advanced device, but so did Kinect. And the Wii. And none of the movement stuff I really liked because it took away from a lot of the aspects of the non-movement that I really loved about games. Well, that's my opinion. Post yours down in the comments. What do you guys think of the HoloLens? Do you think it's amazing? Would you play all of your games on the HoloLens? Let me know. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you check out more of my personal channel down in the description. Bye guys. Hope you guys like the new lighting setup and stuff. It looks much better. Bye.